of Christ with other post-abortive women through her ministry, Someone Cares. Please welcome Lulie Thomas.
Good afternoon. I'm so glad to join heart in hand with you today in the March for Life. I've been facilitating a post-abortion restoration ministry, as Colleen told you, called Someone Cares, for over 28 years. My story actually began on my 21st birthday. Most of us remember our 21st birthday. It was a day celebrating with family and friends, a day filled with hopes and dreams for the future. My 21st birthday was the exact opposite of that. I was alone. I didn't celebrate with family or friends. Alone, I walked into a hospital and had an abortion. On that day, not only did my child die, but I died as well. My dreams for the future were shattered, and the door of my relationships with family and friends was closed. You see, I now had a secret that no one could know. So I was the walking dead. As Colleen told you, I carried the shame and grief of that choice for 18 years. Even though I'm married, and God blessed my husband and me with 3 wonderful sons, and I was actively serving in my church. Then on my 38th birthday, God gave me the most wonderful gift of all. He used my oldest son to bring me into a place of healing. On that day, my son came into the kitchen and asked, "Mommy, why do you cry on your birthday? And why will you let us celebrate?" As he left the room, I realized that if I didn't let God in to heal this wound, all that I could give my 3 sons was my shame and my pain. So I cried out to the Lord, and he heard my cry, and he brought me into a place of healing. It was a post-abortion restoration Bible study, and there I came to experience God's heart, his love, and the forgiveness and freedom I have in Christ Jesus. So as we march for life today, my desire is that we will come to recognize our march is not just about the 57 million children whose lives have been lost to abortion, but we will realize that for each lost child, there is a wounded and a mother and a father left behind in desperate need of healing. We are the walking dead. We need to know that our lives have value. We as women were created by God and given the gift of being life givers. Our abortion experience robbed us of that gift, and we became life takers. The good news is that Jesus Christ came that we might experience forgiveness and freedom through him and be redeemed to become life givers once again in all that we do and all that we say. We wounded women have a silent scream of shame and grief that can be exchanged into a voice of truth that can tell of the harm and destruction of abortion. We can also be a voice of hope that speaks of the forgiveness, freedom, and healing that Jesus Christ can bring. 1 in 3 women have experienced abortion. Abortion may not be your personal experience, but each of you has a family member or a friend who has been wounded by abortion. And as you understand their story and their wound, you can be an instrument of hope and healing in their lives. How do you do that? First, you must understand the heart of the woman who has had an abortion. You must understand that she is wounded. Some are in denial, who won't even think about their abortions. They can't even say the word because of the shame and pain it brings. They numb their pain with alcohol, drugs, eating disorders, sexual promiscuity, and overworking. Some get pregnant again, trying to replace the child they aborted, only to choose abortion again because they are still unable to provide for the child financially and emotionally. 1 in every 3 women who enters an abortion clinic has had a prior abortion. Just imagine what would happen if that woman had been led to a place of healing following her first abortion. Some are angry. They lash out. Each is carrying a silent scream coming from an untreated wound. Some are depressed. They're trapped in a prison of regret. Some are high-functioning. They are your CEOs, your lawyers, your doctors, your PhDs, your nurses, your church leaders, and your mothers. They wear a mask of performance, trying to make up for their past, hiding a wounded spirit. Many struggle with relationships, with family, friends, and men, fearing that if they let anybody in and their past is known, they will be rejected. So what can you do? You can offer kindness and hope. You can pray for women who have experienced abortion. If they are willing to share their story, be quick to listen without judgment. Choose your words carefully. Abortion is not a political issue. It is spiritual. Remember that each time you talk about abortion, someone within hearing range carries the pain of an abortion. Avoid defining abortion as murder or calling women murderers. We are trapped in a pattern of self-hate. We do not need to be reminded of what we did. We often think we're beyond forgiveness. We think we don't have the right to grieve the loss of our child. So we carry the pain and shame silently, seeing our lives and our relationships through a filter of despair. You can be an ambassador for Christ. You can tell these wounded women about the forgiveness and healing that Jesus brings. You can tell them about Someone Cares or other post-abortion restoration Bible studies. Come by our booth in the ministry fair, in the ballroom A, right next door. Gather information so that when God gives you an opportunity, your heart is ready and you are equipped to direct women hurt by abortion to a place where they can experience God's love and healing. As they experience the restoration that Christ brings, a great exchange will occur. What Satan is using for evil, destruction, and death will be changed into a powerful voice for life. In closing, I would like to challenge us all from the words of a recent release called Speak Life by Toby Mac, a Christian singer. Well, it's crazy to imagine words from our lips as the arms of compassion. Mountains crumble with every syllable. Hope can live or die. So speak life to the deadest, darkest night. Speak life, speak life. When the sun won't shine and you don't know why, look into the eyes of the brokenhearted and see them come alive as you speak life. You speak hope. You speak love. So that remember, as you go out and you speak life, also remember to speak hope and to speak love. Thanks.